Good evening and welcome to another edition of If It Wasn't For My Knees. Today we have our regular pundits, Uche, TT, GJ, Mikey D, and myself, Aki. We've got a jam-packed show today with someone's phone going off. We've got a jam-packed show today. But first game is Arsenal, the Gunners versus Watford.
We start with that first, yeah? You sure?
Yeah, get out of the way.
Yeah, get out of the way.
You should start with the other one, the other lot up the road. Well, their game was whack.
Well, this was a bit of a tight game for Arsenal in the end, wasn't it? With Aubameyang missing a penalty. Arsenal getting all happy after the first 15 minutes.
It wasn't a tight game.
It wasn't a tight game.
Mikey sending messages on WhatsApp, but after a goal got disallowed through VAR. But yeah. Anyway, Mikey, we'll start off with you first.
It wasn't a tight game.
It wasn't a tight game, no?
No, it was comfortable. The scoreline was close. That's a different wording than it was a tight game.
So Josh
Aubameyang
King
missed a penalty. Aubameyang messed up a chance to score, and there were other chances as well as to goal. So yeah, it wasn't tight. Wasn't really fearing a draw, let alone a loss. It was pretty comfortable as 1-0 go.
But it was heart in the mouth time, I bet, when Josh King had that chance right at the death.
Not really.
Balls of steel, eh?
No, mate, try again.
What about you, CT? What was your take of the game?
You know what? It was a comfortable win. I feel it should have been made a lot more comfortable than it was. The first half, I felt our tactics kind of played into their hands a bit in terms of us maybe trying to create space, trying to create plays down the wings, down the sides, and we were leaving Sambi Lokonga by himself in the middle, and we weren't able to create anything, even though we did get some chances in the game. And then the second half came out, and we literally changed the tactics, and we were dominated the game for me. And I must say, the referee was shocking though, because literally Watford were kicking us all over the park. What's his name? Rose should have got sent. He made the most fouls on the pitch. And didn't even get a card, did he?
He was mad. No, he didn't get booked.
We made. I think I was chatting to your brother as well at the game, Mikey. We made about 4 or 5 fouls and got 4 yellow cards, something like that. And Watford made about 20 something fouls and got 3 or 4 yellow cards. Just nuts.
Crazy.
Yeah, the referee was shocking. I know the Watford lot are going on about we should have passed them the ball back, but nah, mate, all that time wasted and crap they were getting away with, mate, they didn't deserve the ball, to be fair. So, comfortable game in the end for me.
So, Arteta in now still?
Arteta, he's doing us proud at the moment, to be fair. He's getting past the stage, the 3-month period where I thought it would have got a bit sticky for him. So, you know, the probation period, he's doing well. So, who knows what's on the horizon? 2 points behind those guys, isn't it?
We'll get to that,
innit? Well, I was going to say...
mid-table clash, you know what I mean?
Mid-table clash is coming, bro. It's coming.
Oh dear. I was going to say you got some interesting games coming up as well.
So have you.
Yeah, so have you.
We'll come to that.
Yeah, we'll come to that, bro.
So, one last thing before we move on to the next game. What did you make of ESR's call up to the England squad?
Oh, he should have been called up. If he's going on form, then he's the form player. So he should be called up.
It's definitely deserved.
There are too many players that Southgate favours that he just selects based on him liking a player. And then he'll give a narrative that, they're playing, they're in form. And then he'll make a decision about another player that completely contradicts what his view is. So he just chats rubbish. He had to call up Emil Smith-Rowe with the 5 withdrawals that there have been today anyway.
Yeah.
Back to the Arsenal game just quickly. Shout outs to Maitland-Niles, man of the match.
Yeah.
And Ben White as well. both very good.
Solid.
Maitland-Niles was very good in the centre of midfield. So yeah,
Ramsdale had a bit of a shaky game, didn't he?
Yeah, one blip, maybe with miscommunication between him and Ben White, but luckily they're whack, so they missed that opportunity. But
I think
that's
they
his
only had one shot.
that's his only mistake throughout those games, I would say. So I'm having that. So
Happy with
solid,
Ramsdale.
definitely solid keeper, man.
What do you reckon to Lacazette? He seems to be putting in shifts for you guys week in, week out. Isn't his contract due to run out this season?
Yep.
Yeah, he's putting in shifts. Yeah, we know him as a workhorse. he's closing down from the front, which is what we needed, and Aubameyang seems to be on board with that as well. So he's closing down as well. So it's helped the team, to be fair. But he can't last the 90 minutes. So it's probably time for him to leave still. But we've got to get someone in a similar sort of help to actually fill in those boots for me.
Do you think he will leave? Yeah,
100%. Yeah, I think he's eyeing up that last big contract. I don't think we're going to give him if he wants to stay. We're not giving him a massive contract. So
how old is he?
He's only 30. He's 30 years old.
But it means it's his last kind of
big contract.
Yeah. I think Newcastle will be linked to him.
Serve a lot of big
January
clubs.
transfer move.
I heard. I heard he was linked with Barca, and
He's linked with
Barca
Barca,
wanted him as well. Yeah,
Inter. He's linked with quite a few.
Atletico wanted him as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
He's
a
a
decent
good
player,
player.
to be fair.
Yeah. I'll tell you.
I think we should just give him another contract, to be fair. But
I hope you don't.
I think we're after that Fiorentina striker. Was it Vlahovic?
Vlahovic. What's he saying? What's
Apparently-
he saying, UJ?
No,
There's rumours that we got a deal.
Our resident Italian.
It's difficult. It's difficult to judge people these days.
What's the view from Turin?
This guy's really coming for me, man.
We ain't even started yet, bro. Don't worry
No,
about that.
he's a good player, but like I said, it's difficult with a lot of these players. Like I say, a lot of the problem I always have is how you're gonna adapt to this league, which is faster and all that. But all the stats and the way he plays, he seems like a player, but it's always a risk. But it doesn't mean you shouldn't take it. But there's been an example. I mean, look at ET. He's in French league and he's struggling to pap goals. So, and we know what he's all about. So I don't know. He looks like he should be the next big thing. But what surprised me is that Milinkovic-Savic is still there. Lazio after all these years of people hyping it. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know what's going on. Maybe they're asking for too much money for these players and they end up staying. But he wants to go for sure. So if you guys want him, just drop the numbers and he should come.
Yeah, I saw something saying that we've got a deal in principle agreed with the club.
So 80 million euros, isn't it? Or something like that. That's crazy money, bro.
Yeah, package it nicely. You know, what's the problem? That's what you want. You want them to splash. It's not your money, is it? It's not your
True.
money.
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's
At the
just-
end
You're
of
not
the day.
sending GJ with a briefcase.
You know what I'm saying?
We're linked with him as well. I was
really?
watching a Fabrizio Romano video earlier on his YouTube channel, and he was talking about Conte, this, that, the other. But he mentioned that Spurs, he goes, Conte will definitely get a striker in as a backup for Kane, and he did mention Dusan Vlahovic.
Okay.
I can't
We're
see
going ahead of us.
him going to be a backup. He's going to want to be the main man, I would have thought.
Yeah,
Has to
that's
be
the
main
thing.
man. Yeah.
But then, what? So will he start for Arsenal? Yeah.
Yeah, we're not spending 80 million on a striker.
Yeah,
that's gonna
he'll
sit on the
start.
bench.
He'll start.
Alongside of Orba, yeah. So you'll have two up
Yeah.
front.
Same formation,
Alongside
innit?
or
Yeah.
Instead of
Yeah, same formation. Or push
Robert's
over out
only
to the
got a
left.
year or two left anyway.
Hmm.
He'll probably look for a move, in the summer, to be fair.
Nah, he's
You don't
comfy.
think so?
It's comfy.
When his best mate leaves, he might. You never know.
Mate, still got Instagram in London.
True.
What's the next game, lads?
Host man, what's going on? Let's
Well,
go.
just before we move on, what did GJ or Uche watch the Arsenal Watford game? I think it was on Sky, wasn't
I
it?
don't hold my hand up as usual. I didn't watch the game because it's,
Just mid-table stuff.
No, hey, Uche,
It's not your
nothing's
business.
changed. Nothing's changed. Nothing's
Nothing's
changed.
changed. It's mid-table stuff. Not your business.
Okay, and I'm trying to be consistent. I'm just answering the host question. I didn't watch it.
Well, moving on to
I didn't watch
Stable
it,
team.
but on the I was watching a stream of Tottenham Everton, and on the stream they were showing highlights like live updates of the Arsenal Watford game, and they didn't show any highlights of Watford's attacks. I heard that what was it, with about 10 minutes to go, one of the Watford strikers had a chance that was like he had half an open goal and he hit the side netting. I saw Orba's penalty miss. Well, it was a good save actually, and I saw the goal by Smith Rowe. Good finish.
Orba had a shocker. He had a shocker, to be fair.
Who?
Aubameyang. He had a shocker, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just flopped the whole show.
And actually, come to think of it, in the lead up to Arsenal's goal, there was a couple of fouls from Arsenal players, so the goal shouldn't have even been.
Don't talk
No, they
about
weren't.
fouls. We were
Wait,
kicked
Wait,
off
wait,
the
wait,
park.
wait.
Did you watch the game, Aki?
I did. There were at least
You watched
two
the whole
fouls.
game.
I was dipping in. It was on the
You
background.
didn't watch it. Don't
I
lie
did.
to us.
I did watch it. I did watch it. I was at home.
It was. Did I watch? Did you watch the game? You said
I
I
did.
did.
I
And then you
did.
said, "Well, I was dipping in and out." That you didn't
Yeah.
watch the
Well,
game.
I classified as watching the game, and I watched that bit.
You watched that bit specifically.
Yeah. Yeah. It was great, yeah.
Would you guys would you make of the comment by Oabi one? We can sell Pepe to Watford and take Sarr.
Nah,
Take
so
Sarr for what? What's Sarr
what did
been doing?
What did Sarr show you like in that game? He showed
It's
you
madness.
that he was in the pocket.
He got taken off.
Got
So-
taken
so
off,
what?
mate. Tavares
Okay.
had him on lock
Again,
in his pocket,
I'm
man.
only coming for questions before people start shooting off as they do. But I've not seen or heard Pepe's name in the last lot of games. So what's going on? Is he injured or is he what's happening?
Not needed him.
Yeah, the new formation doesn't really fit in, to be honest. And Saka's on form. Smith Rowe's on form. So you got to play. No, you got to play yourself back into the team. I like
He's
that.
changed the formation.
He's changed the
Left
formation.
name with
To
Oba.
answer your question, Uche, he's been benched at the moment.
Yeah, that's what I would have liked to come
Yeah,
and
yeah.
tell me. Not gonna tell me.
Benched by 20-year-olds.
Yeah. Like
Whatever,
basically,
man.
he's not good enough.
Yeah.
Isn't that fair to say? He's not good enough for your team
He's
right
got
now.
to play him back himself. He's got to play himself back into the team. That's as simple as. That's it.
Yeah, I'm saying. So
I think last week
he's not
I
good enough.
kind of clarified a lot. I said anyone who's not in the team needs to play their way in. Someone
Yeah.
has to play their way out. That included Tierney, that included Xhaka, Odegaard, Pepe, all the others that are sitting on the bench.
No, I was
Yeah,
just
but-
saying.
The
Pepe
right
cost
mid-table
70
team, I
Pepe cost
hasten to add.
75 mil though.
No,
Pepe
I'm
got
just saying
75
that
mil,
Pepe
though.
cost a lot of money.
They're worth it, though.
You're saying that he's now a sub man.
How much is
Yeah.
Smith Rowe and Saka worth?
Oh my gosh. I'm just focused on what I'm saying.
No. I'm giving
So it's
context
fair
here.
to say that he's flopping it again. Another
Yeah.
season of
You
flopping.
can't
It.
flop if you don't play.
Yeah, but because he's been benched again, so he's not good enough
You
again.
can't
Yeah,
flop.
so
We've
you
changed
just said-
formation. Is that missing your head?
No, it
You
doesn't
changed
matter what formation you
formation.
play. Be a bad man player. You
No,
don't-
he's not good enough. He's not good enough to play in that formation.
You don't beg Salah and
75
say,
million.
"Oh,
DJ's
I'm
right.
good formation."
DJ,
The formation, the formation that Arteta's put in place now.
CC.
It's
Yeah,
workhorses. It's
Arguably
workhorses.
though,
It's
if he's a high performing player, then he's gonna fit in no matter
It's
where. right?
workhorses. Pepe ain't pressing and all that. It's
The thing is,
workhorses. Trust
we've
me.
got a
Yeah.
mid-table team and we need workers in there, and
100.
we need to survive in this mid-table struggle.
But
That's
the thing
what we need to do.
Nothing's changed.
Nothing has changed.
Nothing's changed, bro.
We're still
The third season of
mid-table,
picking up
still
Pepe.
struggling.
Arsenal fans getting happy these
Your team
days.
is winning,
What a
and
joke.
clearly your manager is saying, "I don't need that waste man yet again."
No, he's saying
No,
nothing
we're-
needs to be changed at the moment. We're on a 10 games, mate. 10
And
10 winning games. Why
just-
change it?
Does he
Mid-table
does he come on as a
mediocrity.
sub? Does he come on? Does he come on?
He
Mid-table
didn't come in the last game.
mediocrity.
He came in the game before, I believe.
So in this game, he didn't even come on. Correct?
No, we didn't need him.
Wow. Okay. So you have 3 subs and he didn't come on at all. Okay, carry on.
Okay, yeah. Anyway, next, let's go. Let's go. I'm ready for this.
You're just trying to eat up time with your
I
nonsense.
ain't
Don't
done
worry.
nothing.
We got a lot for you.
Questions.
We got a lot
Moving
for you.
swiftly on to what can only be described as a ball fest. Everton 0, Spurs 0. Conte's first game, same story though, wasn't it, GJ?
Yeah,
Not many chances. Harry Kane not doing much, and Spurs still not winning.
yeah. basically shit game. Let's move on to the Liverpool West Ham.
No. We
Everyone is prime.
Hey,
Look at man taking.
Hey,
was-
you know,
it was-
you
it
know,
was
you know it's the color. You know it's the color
Yes,
T-shirt,
myself.
AJ. You know it's the color of the T-shirt.
Man's sticking
Yeah, let's go, bro.
He's sticking juice to Clay's throat, mate.
Let's
Conte's
just
first
cut
game.
straight to the
No.
chase. mate. Come on.
Conte's first game. You were acting lyrical about him last week. So go on.
Yeah.
Take it from
Okay.
there.
Yeah. So basically, I'll take the point. He's only been in charge 6 days, and we had a tough game, and what ended up being a tough game in midweek against Vitesse Arnhem only on Thursday, and we played nearly half of that game with 10 men. So physically, it's a big change what he's asking the players to do from Nuno ball, and we were actually very solid in defence. I can only think of one chance that they created that fell to Damari Gray, and it was a very quick one-touch move. But apart from that, I don't recall them having a clear chance. They nearly had a penalty, but Lloris just got there in time. The annoying thing is that we didn't create anything up front. I mean, Emerson Royale should have scored. He arrived late in the box from right wing back, and then from left wing back, the reverse is true. Right, just before half time, Reguilon should have buried. Both finishes really peeved me off. The problem for us is creativity wise is a number 10. So the 3 contenders for that spot, obviously Eriksen's gone now, and he's a big miss because of his range of passing, short and long. But our number 10 contenders are Ndombele, Lo Celso, and even Dele Alli. And they're all dead. They're all dead food. Ndombele, he can't run. I mean, whoever signed him and thought he was fit enough to play in the Premier League at a top level should be shot. Lo Celso, he's got no engine and he's got no output. He's got ability. He can go past players and he can pass, but his output, his assists and goals are pathetic. And Dele Alli's just washed. He's a 2-season wonder. So that's definitely a position that needs to be addressed. Got to say, Everton.
What tactically did he change in the last against Everton? Doesn't sound like he changed much, to be fair.
No, well, the formation change. We're playing 3 at the back. So we
played 3 at the back with Nuno, weren't you?
No, we're playing with a 4.
Some of the games I watched you guys play, you played with 3 at the back.
Which ones?
At the beginning of the season.
Maybe. I mean, I'm not saying he can, but he did play often with a 3 at the back at Wolves, and I think you're right. I think when beginning of the season, there might have been 1 or 2 games, but for the main, it was mainly a back 4
against City. I think you guys played 3 at the back, didn't you?
I can't remember, to be honest with you. I can't remember. But what's his name? Conte's. We know Conte. We know his famed formation is 3-4-3, or there's even talk of it going to a 3-5-2. I mean, it'll be Kane and Son up there. And again, Kane's coming in for stick by a lot of Spurs fans yesterday. The guy's got no service.
I was going to say, give us a bit of
I thought I'd preempt it. I knew you were going to come at me with Kane.
Give us some Harry Kane, Cam. Like I heard he did nothing the whole game. Again.
If he did nothing, then he did no worse than Son. Yeah. Kane, I think he created the Reguilon chance. Sure, that came from a Kane. Yeah, sure that came from a Kane cross. But yeah, it's early days. The good thing is we've got 6 fixtures coming up now that are very winnable. I mean, on paper, I know it's easy to say, yeah, Everton are struggling. Yesterday was a winnable game. It was, but Everton, I got to say, the way their crowd were, you would have thought they were playing Liverpool. They were so up for it. And when they didn't get the penalty decision, the ground was shaking. I'm thinking, calm down, man. You're only playing us. It's not a Merseyside derby, but they were well up for it. But I'll take the point.
Did you go to the game?
No. I'm just going by what you could literally hear, like the stadium. I mean, even the commentators were saying like it was deafening, and they were really getting pumped up for it, the crowd. But yeah, we got a good run of fixtures coming up. That's all I've got to say about the game. No, it wasn't much happening, and we didn't have a shot on target.
Again.
When have you got Liverpool?
That stuff will be in due course, and then when it happens, we'll talk about it. So swiftly moving on, we've got Man U versus Man City next.
Why are we taking so long to get? There's not a Man U or Man City supporter here.
I don't care about that.
Move on.
Game.
We're on to the next. You can come back to this one. Go to the next game.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Let me just say something. He's the standing host. Yeah, let him host, please.
GJ, CT, let's just boycott this thing until they come onto the right match.
Hey,
he's going to be bringing up the Norwich win in a minute.
You know what I mean? Trying to just eat out all the time before we get to their game. It's not happening.
There is no Norwich this week, believe it or not. There's only a couple more games after this one. So,
well, you know what? Let's go to the West Ham Liverpool game next. But I do want to say something about this Man United Man City game. I do.
Go on.
Take the floor because I don't care about this.
Take the floor, exactly. Take the floor.
This
was
we're going to talk.
No, we want the Liverpool game. Bring it.
Bring the Liverpool game on, and then
we'll say, man.
No, we can talk after.
All I'm going to say is this. All right, I'll keep it short.
Let him host.
I heard that.
Let him host.
Exactly.
Yeah, let him
Cheers.
Another comment is the viewers are turning off. We want Liverpool. That's what they're saying.
Don't worry.
Let me host, Mike.
Guys.
Me.
The best is come to those who wait, and we've got an hour for this, and it's not even halfway through. I just want to say about the Man United Man City game. I heard Gary Neville's rant. This guy talks so much crap. He's there. He's got no balls, and he refuses to blame Ole for any of this. And he was saying to Micah Richards, he was saying the problems with this club are rooted from upstairs downwards. And he goes, Ole is a consequence of what's happening upstairs. And he goes, this club hasn't been right for 8-9 years. They haven't got it right since Fergie left, blah, blah, blah. They hired Van Gaal, it didn't work out. They hired Jose, it didn't work out. At least Van Gaal and Jose won trophies. And, I'm thinking, Man United wanted to do it the internal way. Let's do it the Man United way. Let's go like what Liverpool used to do with the boot room, yeah? So they've got one of their own in, yeah? A fan favourite, and he's got people on the backroom staff like Michael Carrick, yeah. So he's trying to do it the organic way, right? So that's props to the owners for pursuing with that. He's been in the job 3 years. He spent over 400 million on players. Gary Neville, what do you want them to do? They're backing him. That's his team now. He's been in the job 3 years. This clown, he bought Donny van der Beek, and he's not playing him.
I disagree. I think it needs some more backing, and Woodward's at fault for a lot of those signings. Honestly.
What does he need more backing for?
Well, he asked for, he hasn't got the players that he wanted, really.
Which players?
Took him 2 years to get Sancho. He wanted Sancho 2 years ago.
He's got him. Which players?
He got this crappy version. He might have got a better version if they bought him 2 years ago.
How do you know his crappy version? He hasn't been playing.
Well, yeah, and I'm in it. What was he going to do as an 18-year-old?
What do you mean? He's going to play football?
What was he going to do as an 18-year-old? He's now 20. He's now a better player. He should be a better player with 2 years of experience in Germany. So play him then. If he's the answer, play him.
To be fair though, they're going for a bit. They're going for a bad run of form right now. You don't sack a manager just because of a bad run of form. Like last season, they did all right, didn't they? They finished second.
Aki, I feel like you're trying to eat up our time here.
No, don't worry. Wait, Mikey, I'm clock watching at half.
Because
at half
your
past.
your first point was they need to back him more.
I don't
They
know.
do.
Why
I
you're
asked
talking
you,
about-
what did they need to back him for? And then you started talking about
Listen.
Sanchez, who they've already
Well-
bought and backed him.
Well,
Listen.
they basically you can't go out and spend all that amount of money and then within 3 months just sack a manager. That's not backing. If you're gonna back a manager, you give them at least a season or 2 seasons to embed those players to give them a bit of a chance. And now, in my opinion, at the end of the season, you can call for sacking him. There's no point. He's not doing that badly now for him to be sacked right now. You know, he didn't. They're still in
Don't
the
ask some
Champions.
United fans because I feel like you're talking rubbish.
Yeah, you're taking.
No,
a
no.
bit,
Most Man
Yeah,
U
but
fans
to be
would say
fair,
the same.
You can't say he's doing that badly because I think they're only 3
Why?
3 points behind Arsenal. I don't think 5 points behind top 4.
We're
Bro, it's the
mid-table.
manner. It's the manner that they're
Mid-table
getting
teams
slapped.
are
bro.
here.
Yeah, but the thing
We're not
about
a
it is
reference point.
the problem is what you're saying, Craig, at the moment is that at the end of the day, everyone knew that they were going to be in trouble against Man City, and a lot of teams are going to be in trouble. And I've said this many times. We played and went to the game, and we got tortured as well. So let's not try this thing where Man City have gone to Chelsea and dealt with them. I felt they dealt with us in long stretches in our game. We came up with 2. We needed a world-class striker to give us a point, and we suffered in that game. So they're way superior to Manchester United. So if we're going to talk about this game is a non-event.
No, it's not just this game. It's
Nobody.
Yeah,
knows.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's not just this game.
I
bro.
agree with you, but sometimes people are reacting to a game, and I just think this game should
No.
be about.
It's
No
not
one
this
knows.
game.
Ask
It's
United
the
fans.
form.
Yeah, ask United fans like what they've been suffering.
You
this
take
season.
you
This
you
place has been
take out
terrible, bro.
you take out Ronaldo's clutch goals, and this guy's
He's
is
finished.
here.
He's finished.
No, the
He's
thing
toast,
is,
he's toast.
Ronaldo's been an
He's
issue
Oh yeah,
finished.
no
to
doubt.
start off with. Yeah, he had a good system coming up towards the end of last season, and then this
Ronaldo hasn't
season,
been an issue. He saved him.
yeah, he has because he doesn't
No,
run.
that
No
narrative
chance.
is
He
dead.
No
doesn't
way.
run, and
That
the
narrative
thing
is
is,
dead.
no
Yeah, nah.
big team is ever gonna win stuff really with Ronaldo and Cavani up front. Not now.
Well, he couldn't rely on Cavani because Cavani was injured.
He chose them.
Yeah.
He didn't. He got given them. He's
How
a
do you
coach.
know?
No, he chose to play
He's a
them
coach.
too.
He's a coach.
He
It's
chose.
clear.
Yeah, the coach chose to play them too. The coach
No.
has chosen to play
Well-
Fred and McTominay every game.
But
The coach
who else is he going to play?
The coach.
Who else is he going
Van
to
der
play?
Beek, the guy that
Van
he
der
spent
Beek,
40
yeah.
mil on.
That guy played and he played whack.
When did he play?
He ain't
When he
played.
first
when
when
did
he
he play
first
whack?
got him. When he first got him.
You mug. Stop it.
He did.
You're making stuff up.
I'm
This
not-
is
he-
ridiculous.
No.
Look how many
he
games
hasn't
he's
been-
played.
This is just
He ain't been given a
Haven't
run
it?
of games. He
Have a look
hasn't.
at the stats, mate. Have
Exactly.
a look at the stats. Have a look at the stats.
But so you're contradicting yourself here because you're saying like
How?
Ole should
How?
be given a chance.
He
You're saying
should.
Ole should be given a chance to give these players to let his signings,
Yeah.
like to see them up and running, so to speak. Yet you're already written off Donny van der Beek when he hasn't even been given a chance.
I haven't written him off. How have I written him off? All I said
Well, you
was,
just said he's been whack.
yeah, he was whack, so he needed time to be embedded.
He hasn't
so-
been whack. He hasn't been
was.
whack. Give him a
When
good
he-
run of games.
And I'd imagine he would do, but at this moment in time, he probably needs some workhorses, and that's the reason why he chose him for. The thing
Like
is,
Fred.
yeah, because if you're playing Ronaldo, Cavani, Pogba, Greenwood, none of those guys track back. So obviously you're going to need a few defensive-minded midfielders, and Van Beek isn't defensive-minded, is he?
Aki, you got to remember you're hosting, man. Stop chatting, man, please.
Yeah.
All
I just
right,
want to
all
say
right.
one thing also. The player they should have got, and I know it's easy saying it now. I accept that, but the player they should have got, who would be perfect for Man United, is Declan Rice.
Yeah.
100. I hope he
Well,
doesn't go there. I
They
really
might
do.
go in for him. They might go in for him.
He's quality player.
All right, moving
Right, it's
on.
half-
Talking of Declan Rice,
Yeah.
let's go, bro.
The time has come.
Brilliant segue.
Oh, let me sit up in my chair.
I got
The hate, they're gonna
I
hate.
got the claret on, mate. Let's go.
So, in what was a surprise result, West Ham assisted by some very, very bad refereeing, ended up being Liverpool 3-2.
You mean very, very bad goalkeeping?
Refereeing and goalkeeping. Yeah, so over to you, Trey. Did you watch the game?
Yeah, I was at the game, so I guess I watched the game. What kind of question is this?
Yeah, but did you still watch it, bro?
Yeah, I'm saying.
It was that
You
bad.
could have been in the bathroom
I
crying.
didn't pop off to have like chips like GJ does or anything like that. Fortunately, I was at the game.
Or the concourse.
Obviously, I've calmed down now, and I'm gonna give my honest view of what transpired. I just think we're not good enough, and sometimes you just have to state what you see, and what you see is Liverpool Football Club is not good enough to win this league as the current state as it stands, and I'm fine with it. I'm actually fine with it as a fan because sometimes if you flop it, you just gotta give props to people. So for me, we're nowhere near the level that we need to be if we want to be challenging Chelsea and Manchester City for the title. Our midfield is an absolute travesty. Yet again, for the second weekend running, we came up against a superior midfield, which we knew before the game was started, with Rice and Souček. We can have all the possession. Just as an interesting sidestep, what I looked at the stats regarding the Man United game versus Man City. As you know, everyone knows Man City dominated that game. So guess what? Man City had about 69% possession to our 67%, 16 shots to our 16 shots, 5 shots on target. We had 5 shots on target. Difference is, West Ham had 3 shots on target and banged all 3 goals. And when you look at those 3 shots on target in detail, you have to ask yourself, first goal, what the heck is Lallison doing? I can't explain it. I genuinely thought it was a foul when I was at the game. I've looked at it in replay, and to be honest, I'm quite disgusted. I don't want to talk about it. It's just this. That's just ridiculous. I mean, for him to actually be asking for a foul for what I don't know, because I completely obviously believed him when I was in the ground, but it's ridiculous. I mean, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing for the third goal.
Wait.
I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing for all 3 goals.
So you watch replays of the first goal, and you don't think an elbow and a goalkeeper's face?
No. Listen, Aki. Like, we can disagree, and that's fine.
No, but it's not about agreeing or disagree.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I'm asking. Is an elbow? Is an elbow? He was infringing his hands, though, was he not?
Okay.
No.
Aki, like I said to you, you're hosting, right? Let's be honest. Every goal is VAR reviewed, right? So they review that goal, right? And I can tell you my point of view after seeing it. There was nothing wrong with that goal, right? Which is what the VAR crew decided as well. Right,
the VAR basically. Well, again,
I don't want to focus on that goal. Can I move on? Like I told you, you're hosting a thing. I want to talk about the goal. You have to make up your mind.
Calm down, lads. Calm down.
It's a special edition, mate. It's a special edition. I can do what I want. I'll put you on mute in a minute. Now go on, continue.
You don't want me to talk, then put me on mute.
Uche, we need to hear you. We need to hear you.
So what I'm saying, it wasn't really about that goal anyway. For me, Alisson, I don't know what's happening. Really poor goals. Everyone knows, including Klopp, and I'm sure they got briefed. They're very good on set pieces. They try to find their big men. I thought the third goal that they scored was terrible, absolutely shocking as well. I just don't understand this idea. And then the counter-attack, oh my gosh, again, I thought I knew, I saw what I saw the replay, confirmed even worse. Yet again, a bit like when Silva did that amazing run against us. I do not understand these midfielders who just like to follow players and literally follow them and refuse to tackle. That was a clean yellow. You clear him and you get that yellow. Like, you're close enough to do something than just follow him and do nothing and allow him to play the ball through. It's just weird to me, like, what's happening? We had so much possession of the game, and again, I don't know what's happening. Like I said, the midfield is so weak. It's unbelievable. And then lastly, recently, I was really down during the game. When that cross came in, I was literally behind that goal for Mane's chance to make it 2-1, I think, at the time. I tried to be fair.
3-3, mate.
Oh, good.
No, I'm going to come to that. I'm talking about I think it was to make it 2-1.
The volley.
On our side. The one that he hit straight at the keeper, I'm talking about. That's the first one. So obviously, like anything, you can justify it. I think it was his left or whatever, but you should put that away. It was a great cross, great move. Should be a goal. And then we come to the end of that game. I mean, seriously, I was literally, basically, I assumed it was a goal. It's a draw, and I couldn't I was frozen. I couldn't understand what's happening. I genuinely don't get it. And people are trying to tell, the only thing I can say in hindsight, now I've calmed down. I said a few things that I meant at the time, but the only thing I can say is that he's inconsistent. Let's go with that. So I'm going to use one of my friends' word, and he said the word inconsistent. So I'm going to start saying Mane is just inconsistent now. Yeah, shall we go with that? Because it's pathetic what's going on. So if you're conceding goals in that volume, 2 goals against Brighton, which they absolutely deserve, they draw there, and this game they probably deserve to win again. And we can't be scoring 2 goals a game and be losing games. And again, we're not good enough. It's just simple as that. So going back to obviously people like Mike who are enjoying the whole mid-table stuff, we're gonna play them. If you guys truly, because I don't watch your games, honestly don't watch your games. If you guys have midfield and I see it within 10-15 minutes, and these guys haven't come back, you will win the game. It's as simple as that. Because the midfield we've got, if they play that nonsense again, Oxlade, Henderson with Fabinho. Fabinho's come back and he's not really on form. I think it's gonna be an easy win for you guys. Anybody who's going midfield will win that game. It's just awful right now. So, and then one last thing I wanted to say, Robertson, he had so much space in that game. It was incredible. I was like jumping for joy until I realized that's what's happened to him, man. Like, we might as well have put Tsimikas because I don't know what's going on. So the 2 subs I wanted to see was Tsimikas coming in early because you've got to just look, put this guy out of his misery. When you have options, you've got to activate your options. And we have options, and Tsimikas have been quite good. And he could put better crosses than what Robertson was doing. So I thought, why don't we just make the change quicker? And then why don't you just bring Thiago to control the game? Unfortunately, when Thiago did come on, he was also messing up. But at least offensively, he started to do stuff. But again, defensively, we've got a lot of question mark. So yeah, congratulations to West Ham. They deserved the game. And I just felt we're not good enough. We're not good enough. When I look at what Chelsea, how they play, how they stop the opposition from shooting, how they stop the opposition from having a sniff, and I look at the way Man City playing, we're not on that level. Sorry. So that's it. To me, Liverpool, until we change, we're going to the crucial period. I think we've got 7 games in December. We're not good enough, and the haters can rejoice. That's it.
Wow. That's what you call a fair weather fan, ladies and gentlemen. they lose one game and they throw.
Lucky, you got a good point.
It's quality point.
Lucky, you've got a good point because I was going to bring that up because last week Liverpool was still going to win the league.
Yeah.
100%.
How is it? One game later.
I'll tell you why. I can answer the question. So, like I said, I feel like if we play teams, and clearly there's quite a few teams I can easily pick out who have got decent midfielders, and if we carry on with this midfield, we're gonna get exposed again. If you give me back our midfielders who should be there, I mean, when we played Manchester United, we played Milner, Keita, I believe, and they're just better. They control. I don't know, just what I'm seeing with this Oxlade and Henderson thing, and I don't know, just following players around and claiming to be playing doesn't do it for me. Sorry.
Okay, let me balance out Uche's negativity on Liverpool. If you look at the game yesterday, take Alisson out of goal and put a proper goalkeeper in, and Liverpool win 2-0. None of those goals should have gone in. The first goal shouldn't have gone in. The second goal is a mess. It's gone through him. The third goal, I don't know what he's doing either. Put a proper keeper in and forget your midfield, you win 2-0. And then Uche's here telling us Liverpool going to win the league. Just to give you some balance.
No. What I'm saying is, like, I know I completely get it, and it's a fair
and also, Cresswell should have been sent off. That was a ridiculous.
That was weird. Again, I looked at it in replay. I'm a bit weird that they looked at that and they thought that was not red. That's strange to me. But
well, there's been a couple of VAR decisions this season, and that's going to be added to the list. But I think it was clear and obvious. That's a clear red card. It's been a red card all season. And it was a foul on Alisson, to be honest with you.
No, it wasn't. No, stop saying that. We can go around the other stuff, but don't make stuff up.
I'm with Aki on that. I'm with Aki on it. Yeah. If you look at it, I'm actually looking at it right now again.
I've seen it loads of times.
Yeah. But okay.
He put his elbow in his hand. You can't do stuff like that.
If you watch, you see Ogbonna jumps. Right, he doesn't get the ball, and as he jumps, he moves his right elbow backwards, and it's right at the time when what's his name, Alisson's about to punch it with that hand.
Yeah.
It's a clear obstruction.
Wait. It's a clear obstruction by jumping.
No, but moving
With
his
his
hand.
What's the
elbow,
foul?
this.
Arm contact is the foul. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, because it wasn't like jumping like that. He's jumping backwards, and you're not getting leverage by doing that. Why are you doing that for? You don't jump like that. You should jump like that with your arms down to jump up.
No one jumps
up.
with their arm down. No.
No.
Nobody's a
I'm saying
salmon.
with your elbows to the side, and you jump like that. But he's jumping there.
No, nobody
Watch
jumps
it.
like that. That's why so
Yeah.
many people get elbows to the head. Nobody.
There's
Get up into the air, I don't know if you've played football, to jump, you actually put your arms up.
You put your arms up. You don't put your arms backwards.
All right, you saw something that I didn't see.
Yeah, from my perspective, it was a stone. It was obvious, but notwithstanding that,
The Cresswell one was clear cut. I mean, to be honest with you, the Mason Holgate got a red card yesterday for exactly the same thing, where he wins the ball but he follows through.
Holgate's was worse.
No, I think they're both as bad as each other.
No, it wasn't.
Honestly, that one really.
They're both reds, but Holgate's was worse.
Like, how could he not send him off for that? I don't understand.
The one thing I'll give Cresswell is this: Cresswell, he's a bit unlucky because as he jumps, he should be jumping in 2-footed, but he gets the ball. But the problem is,
he kicks the
ball. What's happened is his foot rolls over the ball, and therefore his momentum goes up. Yeah, but
that's what
control.
You shouldn't be out of control, and that's the thing. And that's the thing in these type of matches, really. Like the Leicester team always goes in hard.
Do you know what, Aki? On top of that, I guarantee you that unfortunately, this is what was so weird about it. If Henderson was really injured and stayed there for ages, had to be carried out, he probably read him. These people they claim they care about the safety of these players. That was a horrendous tackle. I don't understand what logic you could have for not sending him off. It's so dangerous. So it's really strange. So I do understand. I mean, for Mikey to be given a balanced view on Liverpool.
Somebody has to be the voice of reason, you know.
So wait, Uche, what you're saying, just for the benefits of the tape, you're saying that Liverpool will not finish ahead of Chelsea.
Bro, I'm concerned. What's happening, CT?
Give me my money.
Give me money.
Run it, bro.
You know what it is? I'm literally begging friend because I feel like, this injury stuff we keep having in that midfield is just, and I don't know if
I said it from the start. Your team, not bringing anyone in.
For example, we played I don't know, Newcastle and Norwich in this last 2 games, would have got away with it and would have beaten those teams. And sometimes maybe that's what's going to happen in the next few fixtures. We're going to come across, teams that don't have that kind of midfield. But I just felt like when I'm watching the game, we just get exposed by better midfielders, and we're just behind the play. I mean, we have so much possession and so much control. We're not hurting these guys enough. And then when we do hurt them and cross the ball and put the ball in the way it should be, we got people missing ridiculous chances. So I'm genuinely concerned. At the very least, Liverpool used to be able to not concede 1 or 2 goals. Now it's 2 against Brighton after being 2-0 up, and it's 3 goals again away from home. And it's different people that are at fault for these goals. Keepers and this and that. After a while, you have to start asking, maybe our team is just not on it. I just cannot see Chelsea Football Club right now, this current state Chelsea team, conceding 2 goals to anybody, let alone 3.
Yeah, but how many times are they going to score 2 or 3 goals? But
that's honestly, actually, what I'm saying to you is that eventually they're gonna punish us for these kind of things, because I know they're not gonna concede chances. Yeah, yes, you can have this whole Burnley that happened this weekend, and you take it. Of course, you take it, but it's gonna be few and far between. Trust me, because I think it was their only goal they conceded in open play, and you have to go far back to the penalty we scored against them. I'm just concerned that as we continue to have all these slips, right, we're just not going to keep up with them. And that's what I'm concerned about. If you tell me that if it's us against Arsenal going for the title, that's a completely different...
I think, though, firstly, I don't think Chelsea or any other team are going to do another season like what we in Chelsea did, like what we in City did. So you're not going to need to win or get like 100 points to win the league. I think you're going to be able to win it on 80 points. That's for starters. So you can draw a few and come back into it. Secondly, I think most of the season we've not really had our first choice midfielders. So it's always been a patch job, whether it was Keita, Milner, and Hendo, or some different variation of all of our different midfielders.
Do you even know what your first choice midfield is?
Yeah, I think when the season started, it would have probably been Thiago, Fabinho, and Hendo. But then I think when Elliot came in, he probably changed the dynamics a little bit, and it would have probably been Fabinho, Thiago, and maybe Elliot. Although I don't think
What
they
about
ever
Curtis?
started. Nah, I don't see long-term future for him in the middle. To be honest with you, I think if he's going to make it, he's going to make it further forward.
Can I just say at the start of the season,
That's the problem.
yeah. Sorry, I was just saying at the start of the season, I did say the reason why I didn't think Liverpool would challenge is because of their midfield, and I wasn't the only one here who said that.
Yeah, like I said, the injuries are not acceptable. If the injuries continue, it just can't happen. But I generally feel like if that boy didn't get crunched like he did, unfortunately, we should have enough because the quality is there. But he just can't continue. Like I said, maybe we'll get lucky and we start playing teams that are just not good enough. I looked at the fixtures, and it's kind of slightly encouraging that in December, there's not too many teams I would say I'm fearing. But West Ham did a job on us today, or yesterday.
But it wasn't West Ham's midfield though. That's the thing. So you keep on bringing up this midfield, but they didn't win the midfield battle. If I'm honest.
Well, that's the thing. They didn't. They
bypassed the midfield. They were just
but in crucial points. Yeah, but in crucial, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So where's this whole midfield stuff coming from? We control the game.
Right, Aki, the midfield stuff is coming from the fact that West Ham players were able to just run through.
They just run through them. That's what I'm saying. Crucial points.
It weren't a long ball. They ran through.
Yeah.
Because what I'm saying, Aki,
happened like a couple of occasions, but
I understand. But what we're saying is how they set up, Aki, right? So we have all the control. They're very close knit. Everyone knew what the instructions were, and they just sat there. So we couldn't do that to them. No way. So they knew if we get a chance on the break, they could do it to us. And that little chance that they get, that's what I'm saying. So it's a bit like Brighton as well. They had their moments. They knew there's gonna be moments in the game where if they run out our midfield, they just bypass it. That's the problem.
But sticking to West Ham. So first of all, we've got Fabinho, who's back for the first game in how many games? So of course he's going to be a bit rusty. Then we have Ox, who's not really renowned for any defensive duties, and we've got Hendo, who's going through a bad run of form. Now, obviously, all of a sudden that changes. If you bring Thiago in and he's coming back in, and you can see the impact he made when he came on in the first place, and then you can start telling Hendo to sit back a little bit with Fabinho, then that changes the dynamic a little bit, obviously, up until some of our other players coming back. I think the real problem is Ox, who's just an absolute waste of space, to be quite frank with you, and he should be sold to Newcastle at the earliest opportunity we can get. And he's taken up his space. I would say, not to pin the blame all on one player, but I think in terms of our midfield, he's just not the player that he was, and I don't think
that's the problem. That's why he's pretty much been the 8th choice midfielder. Things are so bad that we have to start playing because there's no one else.
We'd be better off playing Tyler Merton, honestly.
Yeah, well, it's not going to happen, is it?
Listen, Ox is a scapegoat here because Henderson hasn't been playing well.
Exactly.
He hasn't been playing well either.
But no one says it.
That's what I'm saying. You got Curtis Jones who had something happen to his eye. Keita was out. Milner was out. Thiago wasn't trusted to start the game. So when you actually go through the whole squad, what we saw was what we had. That's it. That was it. That was how many injuries the team has in midfield. And that's what I'm saying, that it's all well and good saying that it shouldn't continue. But after 10 games, that's where we are. It's just 11 games. It's just 11 games. That's nothing. How could you have like 5 midfielders already out?
Yeah, but
available for selection.
There's a 2-week break now. So obviously after that break, players come back.
That's what I'm saying. We're lucky, man.
Things change.
I just want to take issue with one thing you said, Aki, where you said you controlled the game in midfield. You didn't. You controlled possession, but you didn't control the game. The game is determined by the scoreline. Once West Ham go 1-0 up early doors, they're basically saying, "Here, I have the ball. What are you going to do?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I don't think they would have attacked us even if it was 0-0.
Yeah, fine. But what I'm saying,
no, but that's fine. They take a 0-0.
You wouldn't. That was controlling the game.
Exactly. That's the game plan.
I guess my point being is that their gameplay didn't change by the fact they went 1-0 up. It would have still been to play.
No,
exactly
because
the
they
same
would.
way.
Yeah,
They
they'd
didn't
take
need
a
to,
draw.
bro.
Yeah, didn't need to.
They didn't need
Okay,
Well,
to.
then
I can go check this
that
out. Yeah,
contradicts
actually,
that,
yeah, I'm
that
sure.
contradicts what you say, you idiot.
I can go
Anyway.
check this out. Yeah, when it was half time, we scored this ridiculous great free kick. Game started so about the first 60-something minute, whatever it was. Like I said, apart from that Mane chance, they were just jamming, man. They were just jamming, chilling. They were
Yeah.
like, come, we're chilling. And as soon as they run at us, literally, I'm telling you, it was like their first major outlet. And then don't forget, they had the Antonio chance. I think Fornal had another chance. They're just hitting us on the break because they know they can run through that midfield.
And they're always dangerous on set pieces as well.
Exactly. So when they get the corner, they're happy. All the fans are happy. I've never seen the place bouncing so much.
I've got to say one thing about Van Dijk is VVD. He doesn't look the same player, and he looks like a bit of a lump at the moment. And there was a chance at the end of the first half where Antonio was through, but he miscontrolled it. Yeah, we remember that chance, right? That one there, I couldn't believe it because Van Dijk was almost level with him, about 10 yards further down the line, if you know what I mean. Yeah. And it was like old Van Dijk would have got there, yeah, or it would have been very close because Antonio's quite quick. But this Van Dijk, he almost stopped running as if to say, "Oh, I've got no chance." And he said, "Please, Trent, please."
I thought it was one of his better games, to be honest with you. He got in there with quite a few decent challenges, and against Antonio, and he had that sliding in challenge where he blocked some player. I've forgotten the name of it now. Yeah, it's actually one of his better games. But I get what you're saying in previous games. But he's coming back from a big injury, so it's gonna take him a bit of.
For me, it's gonna take a long time for it to. That's what I'm saying.
It could take a year.
Yeah, it could do. Well, that's why we need to go back to just honestly. I don't see the problem why we can't just realize we don't have the midfield and just learn to stick the place out if you have to. This idea of not putting tackles in when you're getting countered is just weird to me. Just following players as they run through. It's weird. Like why don't you want like getting cards? It's all right to get cards and get tactical fouls. I mean that's what you do in those situations. I don't know why.
Fabinho's good at that.
Right, a lot of people, like I said, we're not challenging. I'm only making this comment because of the people that I see week in, week out at Chelsea and Manchester City, and I don't see them making the kind of errors that we're making, going 2-0 up and dropping points and going away to West Ham and letting set-piece goals, knowing that they're good at it and dominating you and then winning from a set-piece goal. You're going to pay for that. I'm not going to give up hope now, per se, but I'm just saying they are favourites. There's no question in my mind because I'm concerned that we could have another injury. Now, all these Arsenal and stuff, obviously, we're going to do the watch along. We're going to have fun and stuff like that, but that's a minor.
We're mid-table.
It's a minor.
No, it's just another fixture to me. You know what I'm saying? We're just going to do what we're going to do. But,
we're mid-table. It's about controlling the scoreline for us. If you guys fail your objective, then you're finished.
True.
After the international break, I might take a little cheeky bet on that one, mate.
On what?
Don't worry about it. I'm feeling very
Here we go. More money.
There's no way you're gonna. There's no way you're gonna step to me in a pod and chat to me about your team coming to Anfield
because my money's set for the end of the season.
Oh, okay.
So I might use a little bit of that to put in the pot.
Please come through now. Let's go now.
Here we go.
Don't worry. After the international break, innit?
No, step.
No, because we have injuries. Don't worry about it. We'll talk.
Don't worry. We'll do a preview pod. Don't worry about that. Let's see if we talk after. Host, what's going on?
Uche, has anything changed?
Yeah, no change.
Uche, has anything changed?
What for you? No. Listen. Like I said, I don't want that.
Such a waffler, bro.
Well, in terms of no.
He's thinking, what BS did I talk now?
No.
Actually, I've got a question for you, Uche. Did you celebrate yesterday in the stadium?
I couldn't.
So no one looks at you funny, like what's going on?
Yeah, get out, man, get out. What's the matter with you?
No. I just said, when he scored, I was like, I said to my brother, wow, that's the 6th strike. But my brother is so good at this stuff now. It's ridiculous. I actually was more concerned when he started because I thought he was the one that was going to lose it all these years. But he's got so controlled, it's unbelievable. But
I mean, when West Ham score, You,
stand up and
everyone's
clap.
jumping up around you.
Did you clap the goals, mate?
Come on. Don't
you
tell
sing
me.
a bubble song. You sing the bubble song.
Don't tell me you and your brother just sat down there quiet like that.
Yeah.
Nah,
Because
you
you
know
know
what?
you get exposed.
He tried to style it. I couldn't style it. I'm like, F this. I was screwing. I was just like, I was screwing, fam.
You know what? It's horrible, isn't it? You know when you're sat in the wrong end.
Yeah.
I've done it twice, and it's dirty, man.
The worst one is like I said, the Mane chance. So I just thought, you just calmly just like it's 3-3. And you're just like calm. I just saw this ball kind of like rolling. I'm like, no, that ball ain't going where I think it's going.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
Wait,
Like,
let me tell you.
Come back. I'm like, this ball come back. This can't be happening. I could not believe it. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I'm like, how can you miss from there? It's literally should be physically impossible. Like, I don't understand what happened.
Bruv, I was screwing because I work with this West Ham fan, and he is getting really, really annoying.
Yeah.
And I so wanted you to batter him.
Yeah.
And I think at least if you can't batter him, at least get a draw so I can say you bottled a 3-1 lead.
Yeah, exactly. Because they did bottle. You could see. Because what?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I thought they were.
You weren't here last week, were you, GJ?
I was here last week.
Oh, were you here for me and Mikey's bet then? West Ham versus Arsenal.
Nah. I was here till 10.
Yeah, you went off, didn't you?
Oh, you weren't here for that. We got £100 on that.
Yeah. But you know what?
Where's the game being played?
West Ham finishing
I
above
started
Arsenal.
thinking to myself,
Oh,
like,
nah, we got.
would I pay £100 a season for Liverpool not to win the league every year? And I think I might do. Like, so the fact that West Ham have beaten you, if that contributes to you not winning the league, then
You'll take
I
it.
can
Nah, don't give me that. Don't give me that. They're trying to style it out. Listen to that.
They're due a bad run of form.
I've already got. Listen, I've got a bet with him on fantasy football.
Yeah.
And this West Ham one, I still think we'll finish above them. So it's going to be a double loss for him, or at least a break even for me. He can't play.
Is that a straight bet? Yeah, straight bet, straight odds.
Yeah, straight.
We don't do paddy power over here. We don't do
paddy power. What's the points difference?
3 points.
3 points.
West Ham won't. They won't carry.
Now, I think Arsenal. I think you'll finish above them because I think you've only got one game a week, man. You guys are loving it. So you
simple. Nah, to be honest, I'm not really having the whole thing, but I get it. I think they're playing. The thing I like about so far, what I've heard from every time we've posted this stuff, is that they are consistently doing well. And one thing I like about Arsenal right now is they're not conceding goals. And our stuff is
defensively, we're looking sound, man.
Yeah, man, because I'm like, I'm missing my team not conceding silly goals, and you guys are on it. How you
know what the difference? You know what the difference is? You know what the difference is? It's Tomiyasu, bro. I'm telling you, Gabriel and White are doing their thing in the center, but when that ball goes wide, nothing's getting past Tomiyasu. I'm telling you.
I think it's a collective.
Right. That's the
It's
the collective. It's the combination. You got Ramsdale in, who's definitely a better keeper. Tomiyasu in, who's definitely a better right back. And then we've got a decent left back, even if Tierney's out, and Gabriel and White are good together as a pair. Like they can't.
It's rate, man. Because right now, the way you guys are talking, you're looking like, boy, we got a game after the international break.
You're damn right, bro. You're damn right. That's why.
We're right. Mid-table battle, isn't it?
Mid-table. Don't worry about us.
I wouldn't say I'm worried about the game, but it will just confirm. If we drop points, we just again confirm what I've already said. So we shouldn't be drawing with Arsenal, but there's no way they're the form team, so they shouldn't fear. I hope they come to play. Come and play.
Nah, we're not stupid. Don't be silly.
We
got tactics up the sleeve. Don't worry.
I complain, man. Like, look, you guys are West Ham are the form team right now. 3 wins in a row. West Ham has got 4 wins in a row.
We'll come to play like West Ham, innit?
Yeah.
That's the
strategy. That's the strategy. I heard Antonio talking after the game. He said,
Lukomba and who was that in the middle?
It'll be Partey.
Partey will be back. Don't worry about that. Ainsley played all right.
Antonio's interview after the game, and he basically said that they targeted Liverpool's weaknesses.
Yes, and they were right. They were spot on. So the right thing to do, they were spot on.
Weaknesses are there.
No, it's there, man. It's there. There's no doubt that midfield. But like I said, you might not get that midfield after the international break. You might not get that midfield. So
Listen, you guys are either rubbish or you've got Salah and Trent to dig you out and smash.
yeah,
the team.
and obviously
That's
these
how it is.
days, did you see the
And
Salah?
Trent tried to, but
You see Salah twisting man's up, like people panicking and that.
Unfortunately, we're going to have to call it there, lads. And we've got a bit of time now for highlights of the week. And normally there's a rush to go first. So being the host, I'll give myself the privileges of going first. And this, no,
you're the host.
No, I'm joking. Yeah.
Something I couldn't tell.
You'll go last then. You can go last. You might not even go this week, mate. You might even just kick you out.
Lock it off early.
I've got so many. You can lock it off.
GJ, you can go first.
Yeah, I'm going to give it to Max. Yeah, that was especially that first corner. Although I think Bottas helped him out big time.
Bottas set him up.
Yeah, it was a nice one. But yeah, Mad Max gets the W, and he's looking good now. 19 points clear. It was a virtually perfect weekend by Red Bull, apart from the Saturday where they flopped. But no, race perfect by Max. So yeah, he gets my shout.
I'd have to slap up Bottas.
We got Perez for
how he
podium.
managed to mess that up.
Uche, you can go next.
Considering I watched a bit of the game, I'm giving it to Burnley. I thought they pulled out something I did not expect at all. They were getting battered. There was no way. There's just no way they were gonna get any point from it. So for them to get a point from nothing, when after being battered like that, I think that takes a lot of character, because they really did get dealt with when should have lost that game, and somehow they walked away with a point away from home. I thought Chelsea played quite well, so I'm going to give it to the Burnley team.
Surprising.
CT, you can go next.
I'm going to counteract that, and I'm going to go West Ham. I didn't really see that victory coming, bro. I really didn't, to be honest, to see them winning 3-2 like that. And you got to give it to Moisey and the West Ham boys for dealing with Liverpool there, man. Trust me, done a number on you, mate. Brilliant.
Yeah, no doubt.
Fair play. I think that was their first win against us at that new stadium as well, at the Olympic Stadium.
I should know.
Good. So me next. I'll go with Neil Robertson for winning the home nation's snooker yesterday. He won the last 3 frames to beat John Higgins.
What the hell is that, man? You waited all that time to say that?
It was on TV. It was a decent tournament.
Did it go to the final frame? Yeah.
Final frame. Yeah, you had to win the last 3, and he won the last 3
against John Higgins.
Against John Higgins, yeah.
That is ballsy, because Higgins is clutch.
Higgins himself was about to get knocked out by Sullivan and had to win his last 3 frames to qualify. So it was a good little tournament, if you ask me. So yeah, my highlights go to Neil Robertson. And with that wraps up our Go, Mikey. Go, Mikey.
Mine is Kamaru Usman. Can't believe Uche didn't back his compatriot.
Yeah, it's true.
But prevented Covington winning and chatting a whole heap of breeze. And Justin Gaethje as well. Two really good UFC fights. And 2 winners that I would have wanted to win.
Sleepless night. Man was getting me a bit bothered in that 4th round still. I won't lie. That's like, that was a great fight. But like, he actually showed respect in the end, thankfully. So at least he has some
not in a post match.
Oh, is it? He's gone back.
Back to himself, yeah.
Gone back to himself. Oh.
He's saying that he should have won.
He should have won. I think he's delusional.
Shout out to that Chandler.
The
guy against that guy is tough, man.
Yeah.
Oh my word. He was taking licks clean in the face and come on, more.
I'm surprised no one mentioned Cancelo.
Man, it's unbelievable, because he's crazy. I actually think people like that, boy, you wouldn't want to get in the wrong side of them and think, boy, that guy's mad. He's nuts.
Cyborg thing.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's nuts. It seems like he enjoyed getting blood, everything, wiping it off. He was tasting it, was doing all sorts of things.
Yeah.
Don't mess with this guy, man. Honestly, guys,
you know
crazy.
what? a guy like that could mentally break a fighter because
Okay.
he's almost taking your soul because you're thinking, I'm bred to batter you,
Yeah.
and he's loving it. He's
Yeah.
thinking, what can I do? But fair play to Gacha, he took care of business still. So yeah.
All right. Well, fair enough. Thanks a lot, everyone, for tuning in, and that'll be us for this evening. And we'll see you again next Monday at the same time, 9 o'clock. See you again soon.
Peace.
Yes.
Must
Cheers.
be.